Hello and welcome back to episode 5? 5 in a day I've recorded. Soon to be 6, but this will be 5 of Let's Play Flotsam with me, Scruffy Joe. I nearly forgot what I'm doing. So yeah, as you can see, we are currently on slow speed and nothing is happening at all because everything is absolutely fine and hunky-dory. I left it here at the end of last episode because I was debating whether or not I should collect this salvage stuff here or not. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to say salvage that, please. And what I'm also going to do then is just ask them to build me a couple more storage yards to store it in. Although I am sort of running out of space. So I'll just plonk one there. And maybe plonk one there. At some stage in the future, when we get hold of the ability to build big things, I will replace some of these with much more useful storage, because this is kind of getting a bit frustrating at the moment. Everything's a bit small. So as you can see, we have got plenty of food. We don't need to worry about food for a minute. We have got plenty of dry wood, although we don't have any firewood. We do have 18 spare fish in storage. So what it might be worth doing is just going turning that up, get 7 there, let it do that, then don't do it again until we've got 18 firewood ready. Because you get 1 firewood, 2. I think 1. Does 1 give you 2? Let's test this. Let's briefly turn that off. Just want to see, does 1 bit of wood give you 2? I think it does. Which isn't great for storage, but is great for firewood. I think what he's actually doing is, yeah, it does. 1 bit of wood gives you 2 firewood. Now this is the sort of thing, although I've just explained 1 bit of wood gives you 2 bits of firewood, chances are it'll change by the time you get to play it because they keep balance patching things, which is great. It's great that they do it, but it does mean that you have to keep relearning how much of everything uses. So here's what we're doing. We're just waiting for this guy to collect the rest of this seaweed, because seaweed is important for catching fish later in the game. And then once we've got that, we are going to do a runner. What was that? Plastic waste. What was that doing there? Well, we'll ignore it for the time being. The most important thing is to not max out your storage. There will be a time in the future where this won't be an issue, because they would have got all of the kinks out of the code. But for the time being, it still upsets the game a little bit if you fill up your storage to max. It's the other reason why it's important to kind of keep decent levels of plastic and wood without accidentally filling up on everything else, because as you can see here, we've got 51 bits of metal and we're soon to have about 60 seaweed. Now we've got no use for the seaweed. We've got uses for metal, but not a great deal of uses for metal. The only thing we can use metal for is building fish kebabs. We don't need any more fish kebabs, but we do need to unlock some science, and that will give us the ability to do things. We only have 3 points, so we need to go and explore places, find science. Everything will be good. Let me just put the game back on medium speed. That's why everything's going slowly. So everyone's just sort of chilling out, relaxing. Just got 10 more seaweed, which this guy's going to go and grab off here. Then once he is back, we are out of here, and we are going to go and have a look at the map and see where to go. So actually we don't have a choice. We just simply get to go there, which has got an abandoned town, which might be handy. Might be handy. Let's go and have a look. We'll have a look in a minute. We'll just wait for this boat to get back, because I don't want to accidentally lose another boat to disappearing off over the horizon while he's still out collecting stuff. Okay, finished. Cool. Bring it all back. Bring it all back. Then we're off. We've got loads of water now at the moment as well, which is working well. And I'm not sure whether it's working properly well or that's just because I picked up a load of water early on. I know I did get 20 from this water tower. So maybe we are still just about losing water a little bit. But we are all now back. Seagull, where are you going? Just mucking about. Fine. Seagulls can do hauling, fishing and salvaging around buoys. That's cool. Let's put the seagull on hauling duties. Right. Off we go then. So our next stop. Woo! Question marks and the end of the train. So what do we got here? More scrap and a viaduct. And we got some stuff which could be random, and we also get science over here, so we would definitely go to the science one. Because we need science, because science is now the thing which is holding us back. Various other things have held us back. Now the thing holding us back is science. We have plenty of food, don't need to worry about that. Let's get some more of that. Where is that? Whoop. Okay, he's found some... I love the fact the tide keeps going in and out, just revealing the top of that. One thing you have to say about this game is that it's got a lot of charm. It is a very charming little game, and I've got high hopes over the next kind of year to 18 months that they're really going to develop some of the basic ideas into very, very complicated little kind of systems to muck about with, and if we can have ways to play around with what you're capable of doing, clever adaptations and that kind of thing, then I am going to love it all the more. So he has brought home some research and some wood. Looks like he's still got some more things to find though. We don't really need that much more stuff right now because we are fairly close to the limit. But I think what I could do is just say collect me 20 more bits of plastic for the time being, and then with those bits of plastic I can just build a nice walkway between here and here. So close. That's good. Keeps everything moving. You get to watch the seagull delivering goods. I'm not sure if that actually is going to join up, and whether that's cheating or not, because I might have just got a spare bit of walkway by putting 3 little things here. We shall see. Right, food reserves are down to 10. Let's start cooking again. Make more firewood. Thank you. There is the option of turning on that make more firewood thing and leaving it on permanently, and I don't do that because I don't like the idea of running out of wood. I don't know whether that's important or whether I might be misplaying the game because of that, but you know, it's just how I like to play. So we got a bunch of research. I think he's still collecting stuff, to be honest. But it looks like we've got a bunch of research, but not quite enough. So what we could do is go for giant storage yards. But what I really want is fishing huts, so that I can get rid of my seaweed in exchange for fish. Or Or we could get food trucks and turn our seaweed into sushi. Interesting. So we can either use it to make fish, which we can then fish kebab into fish, or we can simply turn it into sushi, which seems to have exactly the same food output as a fish. Interesting. And that's just a load of more metal. Okay. I think maybe food truck it might be then. Whoops. I think food truck it might be. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Whatever, let's go for it. Food trucks. Food. Oh, we can't build one. What are we missing? Screws. What do we need to make screws? Oh my god, have I just selected something that I can't even build? Oh, you idiot, Joe. You need a scrapsmith. Oh, you foolish man. It's a good job I didn't go for that, though, because we couldn't have made nets anyway. This is part of the learning curve of this, that you didn't used to use half of these things to make these other things, so I now need to go and find 4 research from somewhere or other. So that was really bad play. Yeah, I've gone the wrong way. What can I do about that? Interesting. I've puzzled myself now. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Definitely need to go and catch some more fish though. So while I'm worrying about what to do, I can at least go and strip this area of resources. So that's 50 more fish, which in turn will give me 50 more food so long as I have 50 more firewood. And I currently have 21 firewood. Okay, firewood is a problem though, because when you make firewood it turns one thing into 2 things. So that takes up extra space. I have basically mucked myself up a little bit here. So, in the interest of why not, we can just kind of expand a bit. By using some of the things that we've got and then recollecting what we've just used. Like so. And in the meantime, we also just do that. We don't want to be drying out any fish. These should all be drying out wood. That's great. It's good, good, good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. That water level is gradually going down, but it's very, very slow. I think if we built a 5th one of those capture device things, we would be alright. We'd get away with it. I don't particularly want to, though. What I'm just doing at the moment is using all my plastic and then replenishing my plastic supply. 50 space in the stores, so that's alright. We've got 18 fish. We've got so much food right now. Where's this going? Man and gull. I mean, that's pretty charming, right, isn't it? Seagull comes along, grabs a fish, brings it back for us. Boat comes along, catches 10 fish. Also, I haven't mentioned the music yet. And there was one time when I was quite stressed out. I just put this game on and just played the music. Just sat here and just went doo 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 dee doo dee doo dee doo dee doo. Just chilled right out. Did we get any more plastic? No, not yet. Everyone's busy. No one's busy doing anything useful. Why are these not being unloaded? I need someone to be more proactive with unloading things. Hauling duties. You see, you should be doing hauling duties. That's better. Get those boats unloaded, folks. Come on. Get moving. So yeah, we're kind of just restocking on a few bits and bobs. And then once we've gathered all of that, we will move on. Because we need to get some more tech points so we can actually fix the game. Because I've selected the wrong bit of science in the wrong order. So I can't build a thing because I hadn't built a thing which enables me to build the things I need to build the thing. That wouldn't have happened if I was not YouTubing this. I was like, oh, that's interesting, I'll show people that. We're nearly full of space again, which is a pain in the ass. Be nice to have a big place just to store all over metal. I mean, I could build one. But I can't, because I haven't yet researched the thing. We are out of room. Do have an absolute ton of food though, so... You know, there's pros and cons. How much metal is there here? 32 metal. So you can build loads and loads of bits and bobs. Sometimes there's not a great deal of point to it. Cool. A bit later on I might build some stuff around the outside of that, probably storage. I just wanted to use all of the plastic really, and then I can go and collect an extra load of plastic from up here, because I'm that kind of guy that just likes to have collected all of the things. Now we don't have enough space for 63 plastic, I know that for certain. We will probably need to build some additional storage space. Which I will sort out now. Except I can't because I need more plastic to be able to build the thing which I need to store plastic. And these are the predicaments that you get into in this game if you're an idiot. And a hairy idiot in particular. Drink. Red drank. Collect more plastic, please. Where's the seagull sleep? I think this is his bed. Look at them, busily working away. Well done. I just love the fact that half of these things are made of old doors, bits of ladder, bits of wood, plank and whatnot. Right, we should now be able to build more storage, thank you. kind of fit some in. That'll give me 40 extra storage slots, which will mean I can... no, I'm going to need a couple more, aren't I? Because I'm picking up 60 bits of plastic in order to do this. Yeah, okay, right. Go and make a start collecting those. When this guy comes back, he'll have more plastic and we can put down another couple. Then we need to think about moving on. There we go. Right, one more. Where can we squeeze this in? Can't quite squeeze it there. It's a bit pointless putting it out there. That'll look good. There we go. Still 38 coming in from there. We are currently holding 6. Fish is still going on. I think we're out of firewood. It's basically just that old, story of juggling your resources and not running out of firewood. I used to run out of firewood all the time playing that game called... It's the one where you were like in the Middle Ages. You got sent away and you had to go and start a new... Banished, that's what it was, Banished. Always used to run out of firewood in the winter in that game. I don't know why. I was just awful. So badly organised. Okay, we should now have plenty of space. So we're picking up 26 of those, and we are picking up 22 of those. That's what, 50, and we have 100-ish space, so that's fine. Going to gather those things, then we are going to make a move to the next area. At which point, hopefully, we'll find a place where we can get the appropriate level of science to enable us to build screws, and then we can build a thing which we can turn all of this green stuff into food. Sushi. Basically, we're doing so well, we haven't got enough space to store all of our stuff. That's the long and the short of it. Just 12 left. What we got left here? Almost done. 4, 3. Seriously, you're going to leave 3? You haven't got enough space. Right, fine. Stop that. I'm not sending a boat back over there for 3 things. That's ridiculous. I think all of my dudes must be busy because... Oh no, there he goes. Good lad. It's a viaduct. Are we going to have to come back here for 2 more bits of metal? Never mind. One more round trip won't hurt anyone. So yeah, I mean, if you look at this, we're not doing any fishing. We've got 53 food. That's going to last ages. But this is 54 more food almost as soon as we turn some of this metal into a fish shop. Food truck, that's the word. So we've actually got so much food, and that 28 water is just sort of tailing off at such a slow rate that it doesn't even matter. So let's just grab this last couple of bits of car, and then we will move on to the next location, and I will end this episode. How long has this one gone? Oh, 24 minutes. Crikey. Doink doink. Off you go, mate. Back you come. Well done. Mission accomplished. Come on. Park up the boat and then we're on our way. Well done. Lovely. Right, so let's go. We've got 2 oil, so that looks like 2 oil will take us to there. 1, and then that will be there, and then we can end up there. Not sure what happens when you reach the end. I think you might just sort of carry on forever at that point. Plonk. So what have we got going on? More metal. What have we got going on here? Science. Get the science. Just check the store space. Right, we've got loads of space. So that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. Is there anything else here? Some plastic quite far out. Seems to have got largely an area of clear water. Some fish. It doesn't really matter so much though, because we're effectively just waiting for a couple of things to happen. Really, it's just a question of this science. That's 3 science. Have we already picked that up? Oh man, I need 5. That kind of sucks. I'm going to go and salvage this metal as well, because if there's no more science, then we need to be moving on fairly pronto. Just goes to show you need to play this game in a certain order, and occasionally that order is not entirely apparent, particularly if you're not concentrating like I was. And unfortunately, once you've used the science, you can't kind of get any more, which is a pain. There must be a way to gather more science towards the end of the game so that you can always finish. I know science is something that they haven't quite finished implementing. It's kind of a thing. I'm not moaning about it. It's this game has got plenty of promise for it to be brilliant. And for the time being, you can sort of replay this first 5 or 6 hours gameplay at your own leisure, do it in various different ways, muck about with building the buildings how you like them, where you want them. You can try and min-max things with a point of view of people running around. Ultimately, for me, I just kind of enjoy watching the people running around and wondering about what they're doing with their lives. Having said that, I'm not really sure where they all are. They're all just hanging about at the moment. They're in standby mode, waiting for things to do. I mean, I could give them things to do, but I don't need to at the moment. So for the time being, they might as well relax. I mean, there's an argument for building more of everything, but what really, what's the benefit? Just having more. The only thing I am slightly worried about is that the old gubbins here will get full. So let's throw another one of these in. Possibly another couple. I mean, you want them near where your boats land. In an ideal world. Having said that, there is a lot of scope for people running around not doing very much at the moment, so maybe having some bit further to run might be a good idea. I'm not really sure. I think for the minute it's not going to fit anywhere useful, so we might as well just tuck it in there. Oh, yep, that'll do. That'll do. Oh, someone's cooking some fish. Don't know why. Where did they get that from? That was odd. We haven't got any fish to cook. Bit confused by that. I've totally and utterly failed to bring this episode to an end, so I'm going to do that now. Finish. I was supposed to do that before. I failed. I forgot to stop the game. I'm an idiot. What can you do? Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you're still loving the old pirate hat. I am. It's a bit wonky. It's confusing because no matter which way you turn, it always looks like you're not facing quite the right direction. But there you go. The problems of a modern man with an old hat. Not really worth a hill of beans. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Come again next time and we will finally crack this slight problem of not having the right number of tech points. See you soon. Bye now.